Last week was a mixed week for stocks, and as we look at the trading week beginning December 9th, we've got a lot of irregularly occurring economic events. For example, U.S. bond auctions. We have a 3-year auction next week and a 10-year auction. That will matter. We get the OPEC monthly oil report following their decision last week to delay the elimination of some of their production cuts, so that will matter. We've also got a big batch of central bank speakers, including ECB President Christine Lagarde speaking 3 separate times, Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey speaking. We've got Fed Chair Jerome Powell again, Fed Governor Christopher Waller, Fed Governor Michelle Bowman, San Francisco Fed President Mary Daly, Richmond Fed President Thomas Barkin, and New York Fed President John Williams. All of that will have effects on the volatility levels in the market. In terms of yields, pretty quiet for last week. We had the 2-year yield down about 4 basis points, going out to the 30-year down about 3 basis points. That was basically the gist of the entire movement for the week. So bond volatility from a yield perspective is a little bit lower. We also have an important ECB rate decision next week. We have rate decisions from the Reserve Bank of Australia and the Bank of Canada as well, but the ECB rate decision matters more because right now there's an argument in the markets as to whether they should get really aggressive on rate cuts or just kind of go along with the path of the Fed. I think the decision is moving more towards being a little bit more aggressive than the U.S. Federal Reserve. Then earnings and data, despite there being only 31 companies reporting with over $1 billion in market cap next week, we have some very important names reporting, including Broadcom, Oracle, Adobe, Sienna Corp, Costco AutoZone, Ollie's Bargain Outlet, Casey General Stores, Macy's, Toll Brothers, and GameStop. We had some pretty good Johnson Redbook retail sales numbers last week, so keep an eye on those retail names I just mentioned. In terms of data, Sunday night we get Japanese GDP and Chinese PPI data. Monday, U.S. consumer inflation expectations and the Reserve Bank of Australia rate decision. Tuesday, German CPI, U.S. productivity and unit labor cost data. That'll be big. Wednesday, U.S. CPI, which will also be big, plus a Bank of Canada rate decision and Aussie employment data that night. Thursday, the ECB rate decision, which will be big, U.S. jobless claims and U.S. PPI, and then Friday, UK GDP, Euro in the European Union, or the Eurozone, I should say, industrial production data.